Welcome. In this episode, we take a quiet look at how dogs express value without using words. These are not dramatic behaviors, and they are not meant to impress. They appear in small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. By slowing down and observing these signals, we can better understand how dogs recognize importance, safety, and connection in the people they choose to stay close to. Dogs do not speak in praise. They do not offer compliments. They do not try to impress. And yet, they constantly express value, not through sound, but through quiet behavior, through choices they make when nothing is asked of them. In this episode, we take a slow look at how dogs show that a person matters, not through excitement, not through obedience, but through subtle decisions that reveal trust, orientation, and emotional priority. Value is shown through attention. One of the simplest signals of value is attention. Not staring, not demand, but alignment. When a dog follows your gaze, something important is happening. They are not just looking where you look. They are choosing to share perspective. In the animal world, attention is costly. Looking where another looks means trusting their judgment. It means accepting that their focus is worth adopting. Dogs do this more reliably with people they feel connected to. Even when distractions are present, even when food is involved, this behavior is not about training. It appears even in young puppies. It reflects a deep social wiring that evolved alongside humans. When a dog aligns their attention with yours, they are saying something quietly. What you notice matters. What you consider relevant becomes relevant to me. Gentle touch without request. Sometimes a dog will place a paw on you. Not to ask, not to demand, not to initiate play, just a brief touch. Then stillness. This behavior often appears during calm moments, when nothing else is happening, when the environment is emotionally neutral. Researchers describe this as affiliative contact, a form of social reassurance, a check-in rather than a request. Dogs rarely do this with strangers. It develops within secure relationships, and it is shaped by how the human responds. If the response is soft, calm, and consistent, the behavior gains meaning. The touch becomes mutual grounding. In these moments, value is not expressed through excitement. It is expressed through closeness that asks for nothing. Turning away is not disinterest. Many people misunderstand this one. A dog who sleeps with their back turned toward you is not ignoring you. They are trusting you. In the wild, turning one's back is a risk. Sleep is the most vulnerable state an animal enters. And orientation matters. Dogs instinctively face what they consider uncertain. They monitor what they do not fully trust. When a dog chooses to sleep with their back toward you, they are making a decision. They are removing you from the list of things that require vigilance. This choice is not casual. It is not random. It reflects safety that has already been established. Value, here, is expressed through relaxation, through the absence of concern. The sound of safety. Sometimes the signal is audible, but it is not communication. A long exhale, a slow sigh. These sounds often appear after eye contact, or after settling near a trusted person. They are physiological, not performative. Veterinary behaviorists associate these sighs with nervous system release, a shift from alertness into rest. In group settings, the most secure dog often sighs first, not because they are bored, but because they are at ease. When a dog exhales deeply near you, value is not being announced. It is being embodied. Your presence allows the body to rest. Checking in without needing you. Dogs are social animals. They are not built for isolation. But checking on you does not always mean dependency. A dog may walk into a room, look at you briefly, then leave again. No request, no need, just confirmation. This behavior is often misunderstood as neediness. In reality, it reflects social awareness. In a pack, knowing where each member is matters. Safety is shared. Orientation is collective. When a dog checks on you, they are maintaining the map. You are a fixed point in their world. Value, here, is shown through awareness. Not attachment, not anxiety, just knowing you are there. Standing between you and uncertainty. When something unfamiliar appears, some dogs move closer to their person. Others step in front. This behavior is sometimes called body blocking. It appears most often in dogs with strong social bonds. The dog does not evaluate the threat the way a human does. They do not know the mail carrier is harmless. They do not understand appliances. They only sense uncertainty. And when uncertainty appears, they orient around what they value most. Size does not matter here. Small dogs do it. Large dogs do it. The behavior is not about dominance. It is about priority. Your well-being becomes the reference point. As we close, it's worth pausing on a simple idea. Dogs do not express value through grand gestures. They do not announce it, and they do not repeat it for reassurance. What they offer instead is consistency. Value shows up in where they choose to be, in how their body settles, and in what they no longer feel the need to monitor. These are not learned performances. They are outcomes of trust built slowly over time. When a dog rests nearby without asking for attention, follows your focus without hesitation, or relaxes enough to turn away and sleep, they are not seeking approval. They are responding to a relationship that already feels stable. What makes these signals meaningful is not their emotional intensity, but their quiet reliability. They appear in ordinary moments, often when nothing else is happening. That is why they are easy to miss. We tend to notice excitement, demand, and noise. We are less practiced at noticing calm. Yet for dogs, calm is where value is most clearly expressed. It is where vigilance fades and presence becomes enough. Recognizing this does not require us to change our dogs or ask more of them. It only asks us to slow down our interpretations. When we begin to notice these patterns, something subtle shifts. We stop measuring connection by how much attention a dog seeks and start noticing how comfortably they share space. We understand that closeness does not always move toward us. Sometimes it simply remains. And in that stillness, a dog is saying something very clear. You matter here. Nothing more is required. Value is quiet. Dogs do not express value loudly. They do not announce it. They do not exaggerate it. They express it through choices, through orientation, through what they stop worrying about. If this way of observing dogs feels familiar to you, you're not alone. Many of us are learning to notice these quiet moments together, not as experts, but as people sharing life with animals who communicate differently. If you'd like to stay part of that conversation, you're welcome to subscribe and join the community. It's simply a space for reflection, shared experiences, and learning how to see our dogs a little more clearly over time. These signals are easy to miss, not because they are rare, but because they are calm. Understanding them changes how we see our dogs, and how we see ourselves in their world, not as commanders, not as owners, but as meaningful presences.